All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rant and Chill. On this channel, I like to rant and I like to chill. Here, I'm going to be ranting. We'll be going into the death of physical media. The death of physical media. You know what I'm talking about. When was the last time you went to the store to buy a physical copy of a game? It's probably for someone's birthday or for Christmas when you want to actually have that physical copy. Or maybe you are one of those that want to have a physical copy, right? But the trend is here. You know it. I know it. The companies know it. Consumers have shifted. Consumers are mostly getting digital copies of their games. Now, you might deny that. You might be like, oh, no, that's not true. But the reality is, it is true. And the reason why, you don't, look, it's very convenient. It is faster to click the download button and wait for it to download than to be inconvenienced into going into your car, driving to the store, picking up that physical copy, taking it back home, putting it in your system, and still have to wait for downloads. Sometimes crucial downloads, otherwise the game won't run right because they are putting out broken games and charging $70 for it, now $80 and possibly even $100 in the future. They see it. If the consumer mindset has shifted to where they are preferring digital, and there's a smaller portion that's still buying physical, guess what? They're going to cut the physical copies. They're going to cut that because why? Let's say you're running a company. Let's say you're running a business. It's not a charity. It's a business, and you're noticing most of your consumers are buying digital. Why would you put in the money for the physical copies? I mean, you can cut costs on the whole department there that's dedicated to physical copies. Cut costs with distribution. I mean, cut costs all over the place with the designs of the boxes and all that stuff. You might say, oh, but to have the business of those that only get physical. If the option was only digital with those that are stubborn on physical, and I'm including myself in there too. If the option was only digital, would they not buy the game? I mean, would they really not? Let's say Grand Theft Auto 6 came out as digital only. Are people still going to buy it? Yes. Are those that only buy physical still buy it? It's GTA 6. It's kind of like you kind of have to buy it, right? You could to kind of experience it. It's like that's not just the game anymore. That's just like, oh my god, what is this? You want to be kind of part of that, right? Yes, but you see this, and like I said, companies see this too. They're cutting costs. They're cutting costs on just really just laying off and maybe even closing down whole on portions of their companies are dedicated to physical copies. Xbox has done that. I wouldn't be surprised if Sony does that in the near future. Sony's planning for digital only with their console, kind of focusing more on disc-less, though you can get an option for Blu-ray and all that stuff. But even Blu-ray is gonna, like with the streaming services for movies, that's also going to be a thing with. It's gonna chase out Blu-ray. It's going to not chase out. It's gonna fade out. It's going to make it where it's almost silly to put in the money and for the time and the distribution and all that for those physical copies, right? Especially if no one's really going to stores to buy them, right? But like I said, companies are seeing this. They're definitely responding in kind, and it's creating the situation that we're in here. And I know, I don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit it. But this is where we are. And it does suck. It absolutely sucks. Because it used to be you would have that physical copy, right? You would have that physical copy of, let's say, Super Mario World or well, that's true too. Mega Man X, I was going to say. And you had it in your room. You had it in your SNES. No one's going to take it away from you. No one's going to come in on the back end, edit it, edit it to be more appropriate for today's standards, okay? No one's going to do that because you have the copy right there. The game's actually fully loaded on that cartridge. and no one's gonna change that. Even let's say like disc games, like back on the PlayStation. Let's say you had a Twisted Metal 2, right? You had the physical copy in your PlayStation 1, and no one's gonna take that from you, and no one can be like, let's say someone deems some Karens out there, some outraged social justice tards out there go, oh, Twisted Metal 2 is this, that, and the other, and they decide to edit things, change designs, get rid of the cop character or whatever. Guess what? You don't have to worry about them doing that because you have the physical copy. But now that we are in this age of like, it's really going to be digital. Let's say I said physical copy, right? Now we're in this age where it's going to be digital, like digital only, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen sooner than you think. We're already in that. We're already in the end days of physical media. We really are. It's sad but true, because I think even if people try to like buy with their wallet, so to speak, and only buy physical, I think it's too late. It is too late. Hate to be blackpilled on that, but correct me if I'm wrong. You prove it to me. But I think it's too late, because like I said, when was the last time you bought a physical copy? Okay. What, you're going to go out to the store now and buy physical copies? Guess what? They're already laying off the whole departments. They already made their minds up based on purchase habits that you and other people like us have. Let's face it. You got to admit it. Like, I have a lot of games on this PC, but it's through Steam. I don't know when the last time I got a physical copy for a game for PC. I think the last time I got a physical copy for a game for a PC was I think World of Warcraft, the original. No, that was downloaded. I think Warcraft 3 might have been the last physical game with disc and all. I think it was that. That was a long time ago, guys. Okay? Like, digital has been here. It's going to stay. And the physical is just going away. It just is what it is. It is what it is. And so, yeah, with that said, we are in this situation where they can edit the games and change the games in the back end because they're stored on a cloud. You don't actually have the game. You might have bits and pieces of it installed on your computer, but they'll be like, oh, it's not really yours. And that's what I'm saying now. We could change it anytime. And it's like, and that is unfortunate. That is a bad scenario that we should not be in, but yet we are in. And it's like in those moments, like, yeah, you could stop playing. You could try to like, how do you refund? All right. I mean, and another thing that's really bad about this situation, if you have only digital games, how can you trade them in? How can you resell them? You can't. This destroys the resale market. It really does. And this is something that game companies been wanting to do for a while. It's actually, it was back around when Xbox One was coming out. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I remember reading articles, and I think I did a few videos about this on my other channel, about game companies want a way to either have a cut of the used market or get rid of the used market, because they see it as stopping people from buying the new games, and they want people to buy the new stuff. Why play the old stuff when there's new stuff out there? Guys, you're gonna like the new stuff. We need to sell these new copies, these new games. Some of us, like myself, only play old games because the classics never die. The graphics might be dated, the effects are dated, whatever. Sure, but you know what? Classics never die. Okay, they're still fun. Like, look at this classic Master Chief, right? Classic Halo. I still play it. Halo CE. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, game companies are, really should say the publishers, been wanting to get rid of that for a while, and now you're in that situation where they have it, because if everyone is digital, you can't resell that stuff. I guess the only really way around that is to make like NFTs or whatever, for the games, where you can, I guess, trade that or resell that. But I don't think that's going to happen because I don't think they care about that. I don't think these publishers want a resale market. They don't want you doing that, and unless they get a cut of it. So, no, this new age that we're in, it does suck. It sucks with a capital S, and it's just crap, man. It is just crap. Now, am I just being a negative Nancy over here, a Debbie Downer? Am I? It's not like you still can't play the physical games. You still can't do that. You can for now. You have that option. And there's going to be third parties out there. They're going to make consoles and emulators for that stuff. You see it now. It's great, actually. And maybe. And there might even be some stores that just cater only for physical, while it'll be like a niche thing, kind of like, let's say, like records or whatever. That'd be kind of cool. But we are here where digital media is taking over physical media. It is the death of physical video games. It really is. Am I wrong? You let me know in the comments section. I hope I am wrong. But it feels right on this one. Y'all take it easy and have a good one.